Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love you. Selmo Foot is in the building. That's all I'm saying. Selmo Foot is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. And we letting them come in. But y'all know how we get down. Y'all know exactly how we get down. It take a minute, but it don't take long. You figure this? It take a minute, but it don't take long. Cause I got some things we gotta talk about. That's been going real crazy around here. You know, it's been a little while. Been a little cuckoo. But once again, Shedeur Sanders has upset the apple cart and pissed everybody off in the NFL. Now everybody want to fight. Now everybody want to do everything. I don't know what their problem is. I really don't. I've been trying to figure it out. Like, really, what is your problem? Why are you upset? It's like, dude. I just don't understand it. We trying to figure out why everybody's so upset. You know. It's like, why are you mad? Why are you pissed off? Why are you upset? The man said what he said. And he didn't break no rank. You know what I'm saying? So why is everybody upset? He didn't tell no lie. He didn't tell no untruth. He just spoke what he spoke. You know, now everybody want to fight. Everybody mad. Don't nobody understand why he did what he did. Why you want to do that? Just be quiet. Don't talk too loud. Don't say too much. Just chill out. Don't make people mad. Don't get people upset with you. Why the hell not? Why you want me to be quiet? Why you want me to sit down? Why you don't want me to say nothing? Why I gotta hold my mute? Them the questions I be asking. Things I be wanting to know. Why it's always us? Act like you've been there before. Don't do nothing. Don't talk too loud. Don't go out. Don't buy no Rolls Royce. Don't buy no Benz. Don't buy that Maybach. You don't need that Ferrari. Go get you a Suburban. Get you a Cadillac. You know, you don't need none of that foreign stuff. None of that exotic. You don't need none of that. It's too much for a man like you. You ain't ready for all that. Why are you showing out? Why? Why you got on all that jewelry? Why you doing the most? Why you just can't sit back and play your position and don't say nothing? One thing I keep asking everybody, they keep asking me, why are we talking about a third string quarterback? Just ask the same question I asked. Why they ain't interviewing the starting quarterback? Why they not interviewing the second string quarterback? Did did y'all ask them questions? Why they standing at his locker? Where did Joe Flacco interviews at? Where did Dylan Gabriel interviews at? They get interviewed too. Where theirs at? Oh, they don't want to talk to Joe Flacco? But Joe Flacco don't want to answer no questions. They don't want to talk to Dylan Gabriel. I ain't never seen Dylan Gabriel turn down no interview. He talked to everybody. He got something to say. All I'm saying is, hmm, hmm, hmm. All I'm saying is, make it make sense. That's all I'm saying is, make it make sense. That's all you gotta do. Is make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. You talking all this trash. You asking all these questions. Why they ain't talking to Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders? If he just a third string quarterback. If he just a third string quarterback, why they ain't talking to the first and second string quarterback? That's all I want to know. It's a simple question. Why they ain't standing outside they lock interviewing them? Shedeur was interviewed 3 times last week. And we still ain't seen a Dylan Gabriel Joe Flacco interview. All I'm saying is, where they at? Everybody keeps saying he the third string quarterback. But quit going your ass over there to his locker to ask him questions. Go over there to Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel and ask them questions. Somebody go ask Joe Flacco why he got more interceptions than touchdowns thrown or games played this season. Somebody go over there and ask Joe Flacco that. Somebody ask Dylan Gabriel how he liked the scout team, how he liked running plays. Seems like I don't nobody want to talk to them. But they keep asking, why are we talking to a third string quarterback? Because you keep walking your ass over there to his locker. Because you walk past Joe Flacco. Because you walk past Dylan Gabriel. That's why we keep talking to a third string quarterback. I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying. This is why. It ain't nothing new. This is why we keep talking to Flacco in game. Cause Y'all ready to go? We finna get ready started. And then we gonna check in and see what's popping. But first, I'm gonna get y'all warmed up. I'm gonna let y'all understand what's going on. I'm gonna let you hear it. Let's go.
And Cleveland codes to get on board with us.
Yep, QR code right there below will take you there. All right, Tony. So Shedeur Sanders spoke to the media, not to the media. He spoke to
our Justin Cooper.
Yes, our teammate Justin Cooper today in the locker room, I believe, before practice. Two quotes that I wanted to read for you and then get your reaction. The first one was just he was asked about Deion's comments about playing and get ready, and Shedeur said, "I'm ready to play right now." So that's like his current mindset. And then he said, Tony, this is the quote kind of making the rounds. "I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that." When you hear that, what's your reaction?
But put something on film for us to believe. I mean, my lasting image of Shedeur was, of course, was that Rams game, which I didn't look anywhere near ready at that game. Sure, it was a preseason game, but that's when you should look ready if you've got a game. Listen, I first of all, I'll say this about Shedeur. His confidence is part of his strength. Okay, so it's good to hear him speaking confidently. Okay, the other thing is he never met a camera he didn't like, and it just seems like being out of the limelight right now as QB3 on a Cleveland Browns team struggling to score points. He's really missing the viral moments. He'll get one now.
Well, my question here, and look, Shedeur's clearly confident. He believes in himself, but bringing up other quarterback play around the league, Tony, people are just going to draw that's probably going to be on First Take tomorrow. I'm just being honest, and people are going to draw the connection. Well, are you talking about Joe Flacco, who has struggled through 3 games? We've all acknowledged that. What's Flacco going to react if I don't know if he's going to see it. He doesn't have social media, really.
Well, listen, I think Shedeur's teammates knows what he's all about. I really do. I think they would chuckle about it. It's first of all, I love the fact that Shedeur is always available at his locker. Okay. Yeah. He is always there. And I don't begrudge anyone for anything they say. That we're in the quote business. He knows that as more than anyone. But it gets him back on First Take and other shows, right? And that's what we'll probably say. I laugh about it because I don't take him too seriously anymore. After that Rams game, I need evidence that he could play.
What do you think Kevin's reaction would be? Because, again, they're getting ready for the Lions. They're trying to prepare, but now the headlines about the Browns are going to be about this,
Yeah. First of all, I don't think Kevin would connect it to any disparaging comment about Flacco. That he won't do that.
Yeah.
I would think that if he's asked about it tomorrow, he would say, "Well, I'm glad he wants to play. Every player should want to play." Yeah. He'll spin it positively.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we have is a problem. What we have is an NFL problem. Now, we almost 15 minutes into this show, and we still don't know what the problem is. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. The problem is the NFL as a whole. The problem is the game itself. The problem is the people holding the power. But we gonna talk about it. Y'all ready to get this party started? Because y'all know we don't do nothing at all without shouting out the beautiful ladies of the CU Aunties. I know we kind of deep in this show, and it took us a minute to get here, but we had to get here and arrive and go through the minutia first. But if you see the CU Aunties, and you'll probably see some in the chat, and when you see them in the comment section, make sure you say what's up, make sure you be respectful, at all times. Because if we have to catch you in these internet streets, we ain't gonna play fair. And if you act up when it come to them see you aunties, don't think you want this smoke. I don't think you want this smoke. You know what I'm talking about? So do your boy a solid while you're already in there. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's do what we do. Y'all ready to kick this thing off? Let's go. Now, there seems to be a problem with Shedeur Sanders because he answered some questions when asked. And for those of you that have not been in the stratosphere of the Cleveland Browns and what's been going on, Shedeur Sanders was interviewed not once, not twice, but 3 times last week. 3 times this week. Wasn't no Joe Flacco interview. Weren't no Dylan Gable interviews. Just Shedeur Sanders interviews. And understanding who Shedeur Sanders is has everybody kind of pissed off. They're kind of mad because we keep talking to this third string quarterback like he's a starter, like he's relevant in the NFL, which I keep having these conversations with people and I keep telling them he is the most relevant player in the NFL. How many third string quarterbacks you know that lead Sports Center on an almost daily basis? How many third string quarterbacks you know that lead Get Up and First Take on a daily basis? How many third string quarterbacks you know that has a whole section on YouTube just by himself? None. And there won't be any. Because like we said from the beginning, like we've always said, the NFL did this. This is their problem. This is the monster that the NFL created when they tried to make an example out of a young man and his father. This wasn't Shedeur's doing. This is not Deion Sanders' doing. And everybody keeps trying to lay it at the foot of Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders for no particular reason. They keep saying, if y'all just chill out, we wouldn't have this problem. But the problem is, they chilling out. They not doing anything but their jobs. But you or us or the media reporting on them doing their job is a problem for most people. Because they keep saying, why y'all keep talking about him? He a 5th round draft pick. Because you keep wanting us to talk about it. Because you keep watching. But what kicked all this off was the other day. Shedeur Sanders had another interview about his locker.
So Pops just recently went on the New Heights podcast and he said he gave you advice to stay ready and said that your time is going to come, that he believes it's going to come shortly. So what is your reaction to him saying that?
Just some, I focus on each and every day and what I got to do, and just because where I am on the depth chart, don't let that dictate, my mindset each and every day, because you don't know whatever will happen or what could happen. So it's really, just keeping the mindset and just staying locked in, staying into everything, and remaining focused on the main thing.
Do you feel like kind of close to getting to where you want to be in terms of, getting a chance to play this year?
I don't think playing or not playing, is in my hands. I don't think. I think based on the situation, it's if things happen, things pan out where I play, then I'll be out there and I'll be ready to play. So I'm ready to play right now.
He had a great quote where he said, you know, you don't learn anything. I've never sat on the bench and said, I learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Do you agree with him on that? What are your thoughts when he said that?
Everybody their perspective. So, that's not nothing, in my place to answer. That's nothing I can't answer, not answer, but I know for sure I'm not I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that.
So how do you feel like you've been progressing so far? The reps that you have gotten.
Yeah, overall I feel like I'm doing great. I'm doing what I need to do each and every day. Um, remaining focused, remaining mind on the complete mission. Not really get comfortable. I'm not comfortable being a scout team player. Honestly, that's my situation. So I'm gonna make the best of it. And enjoy my moments. But overall, this isn't my end goal. Like I'm just enjoying myself, learning, doing everything I have to do, and um, just ready for my opportunity.
Now, I'm gonna tell you where everybody missed the mark at in this interview. Was right there. We're gonna run it back. I want y'all to listen to this again. Everybody was too busy focusing on him saying that he can play like all the other quarterbacks or better than all the other quarterbacks in the league right now. If you reckon, this is what they miss. Listen.
I'm not comfortable being a scout team player. Mind on the complete mission. Not really get comfortable. I'm not comfortable being a scout team player.
That's what you miss. See, if you wanted to cause a stink, if you wanted to raise some eyebrows, that's what you would have focused on. You would have said, he said he's not comfortable being a scout team player. But they missed the mark because they too busy focusing on him being comfortable and confident in himself being great. But I'm gonna let you finish.
Honestly, that's my situation. So I'm gonna make the best of it. And enjoy my moments. But overall, this isn't my end goal. Like I'm just enjoying myself, learning, doing everything I have to do, and just ready for my opportunity.
How frustrating can that be when you look around the league and you can play well, better than some of the other quarterbacks, having to kind of sit in the station? How frustrating can that be? How do you kind of?
I mean, I know it's not the guy's playing right now. If that was the situation, it's obvious. A lot of teams will be playing me, but that's not in God's plan right now. And some things happen for a reason. And I'm a true believer in that. And whatever His plan for me is, I believe in it. So I don't get stressed or get or feel bad. That I'm in the situation I'm in right now. But it kind of, I would say, just make me. It's just funny to me. That's it. Everything is just funny to me, and I just enjoy it.
Now, see, their problem is his confidence. And that's always been their problem. How he can say that, hey, you see what's going on in the NFL right now? You see how these quarterbacks playing? I can play better than that. I'm better than what you see on the field right now. And it's facts. The NFL as a whole, quarterback play is at an all-time low. Even yards per game is at a historic low. The NFL is averaging 312 yards per game as of the last 4 games played this season, right now. That's an all-time low. The quarterback play is not good. The ball is not moving up and down the field. And when you watch the Browns play in particularly, it's horrendous. Because Joe Flacco is old. He out there moving worse than Mr. Miyagi. You know, Mr. Miyagi was slow when he was teaching Daniel's son to wax on and wax off. But Mr. Miyagi was also effective. When that old man or them kids showed up and tried to attack Daniel's son, he might have been old, but he was ready. You couldn't get no punches in because he was and he flip a motherfucker on his back. But that is not Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco looked like the Statue of Liberty out there. He looked like that old ass statue of Robert E. Lee that they took down. He ain't moving. He can't complete a pass. He late. He missing wide open wide receivers. He can't see the field. And then there's Lil Dylan. Lil Dollar General, as y'all call it. He next up. And people are clamoring for Dylan Gabriel. And people keep saying, why y'all keep screaming for Shedeur? We not screaming for Shedeur. We screaming for Dylan Gabriel. Because we know what's behind Dylan Gabriel. See, once Dylan Gabriel get in, and which might be tomorrow, we know what comes behind Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel gonna get, it ain't gonna be good. And Kevin Stefanski knows what's up with Dylan Gabriel. He knows exactly what he has to do once Dylan Gabriel gets that start. The reason, before we get into the rest of this stuff, let me tell y'all the reason they don't want to start Dylan Gabriel. In order to start Dylan Gabriel, Kevin Stefanski has to change this offense a lot for Dylan Gabriel to be successful. Just like he's not using a lot of his playbook in order to try to keep Joe Flacco on the field, he's going to have to change up his offense a lot to keep Dylan Gabriel on the field and keep him upright and keep him successful. But it's not going to work because your offensive line is old as hell and they slow. And they can't keep up with Dylan Gabriel and do the things that Dylan Gabriel needs to do to stay on the field. Dylan Gabriel can't run this offense at its core because this offense is ran under center, which is one thing that Dylan Gabriel is really not that good at. Dylan Gabriel has to play out of the shotgun. To be effective, he has to play out of the shotgun. To be even more effective, Dylan Gabriel has to run a speed offense. He has to run an offense with pace. He has to run an offense that's quickly moving. And Cleveland's not built for that. Cleveland's built for a pro offense or a play action offense, a 22 style offense, a 2 tight end, 2 running back type of offense. But those are the things that Dylan Gabriel are the worst at. We seen it in the preseason. We seen it in the game when he got in the Baltimore game. He can't run the offense under center. And to run Kevin Stefanski's offense, being under center is a heavy, heavy, heavy requirement. Dylan Gabriel all the points and all the things that y'all saw Dylan Gabriel do during the preseason, they were bad, except when Dylan Gabriel ran the 2-minute offense. If you go back and watch, or if you were paying attention, Dylan Gabriel only looked good during the 2-minute offense because that is the hurry-up offense. That's when you seen him making his completions, getting the ball out fast, doing the things he needed to do to get the offense down the field. Because Dylan Gabriel can't play slow. Dylan Gabriel can't play methodical offense. He can't run 13 plays down the field without moving at a faster pace. Without going in and out the huddle, it's not going to work for Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is a lineup, give me the play, I'll give it to them, let's run it. Dylan Gabriel is not built for this offense, and Kevin Stefanski knows it. See, but they know that it's time for Joe to go. See, that win last week saved them. And Kevin Stefanski was so happy. Andrew Berry was so happy. They was jumping and high-fiving and hugging in the hallway because they knew if they lost this game, they really had no choice. Joe Flacco had to come out. See, this buys them a week. This buys them a week in Detroit. And being able to go to London the week after that, they can say, well, we don't want to start Dylan Gabriel out of the country, out of state, not at home, in an unknown environment. He's never started an NFL game. We don't want his first NFL start to be in London. So that gives them another week. But when you come home after those 2 L's, because you're going to have 2 more L's on your record. Pittsburgh will be waiting. What you going to do then? Because either at this time, you're going to lose the locker room because the defense is playing lights out. They're killing it. They are shutting these offenses down, but you can't move the ball and you can't put no points on the board. So why are we playing so hard and you got an old man out here that can't move, can't pass the ball, ain't helping at all? Mr. Check Down Supreme. Super dump truck. Because he ain't doing nothing but dumping the ball off to the running back, checking the ball off to the line, to the tight end in the middle of the field, 3 yards out. We can't move the ball like that. Joe Flacco is the worst quarterback in the NFL, but yet and still, he's still starting. New York has yanked their veteran quarterback and opted to go with their rookie Jackson Dart. And people are going to say, well, snacks. Jackson Dart was the first-round draft pick. True. But Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl veteran, just like Joe Flacco. And Russell Wilson was coming off of a 400-plus yard game. But he got yanked. And then he got benched. When are the Browns going to make up their mind? What are they going to do? How are they going to do it? We'll get to y'all super chats in a minute. Oh, hell, ain't none. So it don't even matter. How are we going to do that? Why are the Browns so scared to move on and do what they need to do to prepare for the rest of the season? Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders are the best moves you can make to help this defense moving forward. Because the only way you winning is your defense. Your defense is showing out every freaking game. But your offense is dead. It's tired. It's not producing. And like my father used to say, we don't like consumers. My father used to call us consumers as kids. Y'all ain't nothing but consumers. All y'all do is eat, run up the light bill, run up the water bill. You know, you need new clothes, you need new shoes. Y'all just consumers. And that's all that offense is doing, is consuming. They're not producing. They are not providing a way for this defense to win the game. Hell, they ain't moving the ball. If it wasn't for the defense getting that turnover last game, you lose. You lose. Joe Flacco has not produced since game 1 of the season. He has only gotten worse. Like I said from the beginning of this, when Joe Flacco was first brought up after Shedeur was drafted, Joe Flacco should start 3 games at the most, not the minimum, at the most. 3 games is it for Joe Flacco, because that's all he should be able to withstand. On top of that, he's not playing great. He's not looking good. He can't complete passes. He's either throwing the ball too high, too low, behind the receiver, or he's not seeing the open receivers. He's not seeing the field the way he should see the field, the way he used to see the field. This is what you need if you want to win. But to put Shedeur in, and Shedeur shines, that means everybody was wrong. The NFL was wrong. The Cleveland Browns was wrong. Andrew Berry was wrong. Kevin Stefanski was wrong. To put Shedeur in, and he shines, everybody wrong. And most coaches would rather win their way, the way they want to win, the way they chose to go out, and would rather win with their guy. Because we picked him, we trusted him, we said he was better than that guy. And that's where we are right now with this Shedeur Sanders activity and this Dylan Gabriel activity, and why Joe Flacco is still starting, which is absolutely stupid. But now we're going to transition back to this Shedeur Sanders interview and the world being mad. I understand that people are mad about Shedeur Sanders. I understand that people are upset because he said the one thing that a lot of people want to say, but most people in the NFL are scared to say. And I don't know why they're scared to say it. If you're better than a lot of the competition, say that. Enjoy that. Do that. When you're good, say you're good. But I want y'all to listen to Katie Nolan. We're going to have a real conversation behind Miss Nolan of Sirius XM. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
He's capable of playing better than that, which is basically saying I'm good enough to be a starting quarterback, which is basically how you have to think no matter what. right? It is the mentality you have to be able to get out there and face a bunch of gigantic dudes who want to hurt you and take the ball from you. It's got to be part of the mentality. But Shedeur, you got to stop talking yourself out of maybe the best gig in sports. Being a backup quarterback, a lot of it, I saw Holly Anderson, somebody who I really love and adore, point this out last night. Mostly vibes. A lot of it's vibes based. A lot of it's based on being a good hang with your quarterback. And then you can get money to basically just chill and back up a reliable guy. Like, it would only behoove you, as a guy who is not currently a starting quarterback, to be a good hang, to be a good part of the team, to be like a buddy or like a support, just to be as helpful as possible personality-wise. You're not going to will yourself into the position, so maybe it would behoove you to at least consider, when giving quotes, not to go like every quarterback that starts kind of sucks right now, because those might be the guy that you're trying to buddy up to in order to put yourself in a position so that if something were to happen, you step in and you're the quarterback now. Like, I just tighten it up, I feel. I'm sure people will have stronger opinions and less charitable reads on that quote. But to me, it's just like, tighten it up, buddy. You've got an opportunity here to be paid to do nothing at a really cool position. Might as well take that gig. I know you want to start. I get it. You got that dog in you.
Just be a good hang. Just be a good hang. Be a good vibe. You know, be somebody we just like to hang out with. You know, don't try to be great. Don't try to be the best quarterback in the National Football League. Just be Chase Daniels. He was a backup for 13 years, made over $30 million. Hell, Shedeur made that in February. But just be a good vibe. This is what they trying to sell you on, dog. This is what they want. They would just want you to chill out. Don't do nothing, dog. Just be one of the boys. Be what Jameis Winston is in New York right now. Just be the vibe. You know, be that guy. We want you to just hang out. Don't be confident in yourself. Don't think you better than everybody else. Be him. Be him. Be that guy right there. Be the little guy. Don't. What the hell was that? And you know, I've heard that on more than one occasion. I've heard that from more than one person, not just her. I've heard that you just want to chill out. Just be the guy that people want to be around. Make people smile. Don't nobody give a shit about none of that. We came to play football. Do they not understand that? Do they not understand that we came to play football? Huh? Do they not understand what's at stake over here? They want you to be that guy. Him. Lil Dilly. Go be Lil Dilly. Don't be dominant. Prime told y'all. Don't let my confidence, we ain't gonna even do it. Don't let my confidence. Y'all need to stop. Shedeur need to be a vibe. He need to be chilling out. What the hell kind of suggestion was that? How many quarterbacks you know in the NFL just want to be a vibe? No, but hold on. I got something better than that for y'all. I got something way, way better than that.
Sanders making statements like this and a third string quarterback being in the news is why Shedeur Sanders isn't necessarily starting. It's not about talent. With Shedeur, it's never been about talent. Some people suggested it's about race. Others have suggested it's about culture and his boisterous personality. It's never been about talent. This isn't about talent. I do not want my third string quarterback in the news. Who's the Cowboys' third string quarterback? You Cowboys fan? You don't even know. That's my point. You don't know. I don't know the Eagles' third string quarterback. Y'all probably don't know your team's favorite third string quarterback. Who?
That's crazy, dog.
Exactly.
That's crazy, yo.
And yet here we are having a 20-minute passionate conversation about a third string quarterback. Because when push comes to shove, third string quarterback's supposed to do two things: get water and get clipboards. That's it.
Now, let me run that back for y'all one more time.
Making statements like this and a third string quarterback being in the news is why Shedeur Sanders isn't necessarily starting. It's not about talent. With Shedeur, it's never been about talent. Some people suggested it's about race. Others have suggested it's about culture and his boisterous personality. It's never been about talent. This isn't about talent.
So if it ain't about talent, why do you keep trying to make him a third string quarterback? We know that's what he's listed as. But see, this is what people keep trying to get their point across. It's just like saying Charlie Kirk ain't racist when he was. Those are just facts. We know he's a third string quarterback, but you said he's a third string quarterback, but it's not because of his talent. It's not because he can't play the game. It's not because he wasn't good. It's about something else. Why do you think they talking to the third string quarterback? Why do you think they're not interviewing the starting quarterback or the second string quarterback? They keep bypassing them two, going to the third string quarterback. Why do you think he sold more jerseys than Miles freaking Garrett, who is the starting everything for the Cleveland Browns? Why do you think he's had 3 interviews this week alone? Because it's not about talent. It's not because he's a third string quarterback. We all know why he's a third string quarterback. We know he's better than Dylan Gabriel. Hell, anybody at this point, I might be better than Joe Flacco. And I'm older than Joe Flacco. But what we do know, you can't say everybody else's third string quarterback deserves this, because everybody else's third string quarterback wasn't projected by every freaking football analyst in the country to be the first round draft pick. And you sitting up there trying to bump your chest, talking about your third string quarterback, somebody who played in the league but never started. That's fine. But you can't say not your third string quarterback, because your third string quarterback wasn't projected to be the number 2 overall quarterback drafted. Your quarterback wasn't predicted to be better than anybody else in that draft class. They keep trying to make it so third string, 5th round. That's not it. It don't matter. That's just where he is. Because of why? The NFL. It ain't because of his talent. It's because it's something they did. Because of a point they were trying to prove. And now they want him to be quiet when he get interviewed. No, I ain't shutting up now. This is what you wanted. You wanted me to be a third string quarterback. You wanted me to go undrafted. So here we are. So yes, I'm going to keep reminding you that I'm better than half of them quarterbacks that's out there playing right now. And I know that I'm better than the two that's in front of me. Here we come back to this word where they trying to be keeping him, they want him to be humble. Not gonna happen. He's humble. He just ain't being no bitch. Is what they want him to be. He ain't shut up and dribble Shedeur. That's what they want him to be. That's not going to happen. You're not going to take his confidence in himself. And you're not going to stop seeing it. You can do that to them other boys who wasn't raised like him. But his daddy put that in him. So you wouldn't be able to do what you're trying to do right now. This is why fathers are important. And they don't like that. They don't want that. We keep trying to teach him these lessons and he ain't learning them. We set him up in the third game to fail. And he like, I don't give a shit, let go. What are we gonna do now? We on the practice team. He ain't getting no reps. And yet and still, the reporters still going to his locker. They still bypassing Joe Flacco. They still bypassing Dylan Gabriel. And pretty soon, them veterans in the locker room, Kevin Stefanski gonna have to understand, hey, what you doing, bro? We sick of Joe. We out here busting our ass. And we ain't getting no production on the other side of the ball. Some got to give. What you gonna do? But see, everybody ain't no hater. Everybody ain't no hater like Acho.
Or has been quoted, and I'm going to read two different quotes. Quote, I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that. I want to address this one first. I don't have like a single problem with him looking across the NFL and going, oh, I'm not intimidated by this. I've seen this level, and I still believe I can do it. I thought the people who made something out of this, I thought it was very dirty pool the way that specific quote was treated for Shedeur.
I think the people who made something out of this are the same people that is finding any reason under the sun to have a problem with Shedeur Sanders because of whatever reason that they may have. Personally, I don't care if he's my first, second, or third string quarterback of my favorite team. I want my quarterback believing in himself that he can outperform anyone.
My biggest problem is the idea that there's a difference of Shedeur saying this if he was the starter or if he was the backup or if he's the third stringer. Because I've heard that. Oh, well, if he was Dylan Gabriel, it'd be totally different. No, it wouldn't. Like, he's a human being. He was asked a question, and he answered it. Like, if you don't believe you belong in the NFL, if you don't think you can start, you literally don't belong in the NFL.
That's fact. That video is courtesy of 92.3, the fan, Nick Wilson, and my guy Earl the Pearl. Y'all see Lil Dylan. The problem is the NFL, like we started off on this live stream. The NFL is the most watched sport in America. The NFL is the most attended sport in America. The NFL makes more money than any other sport in America. The NFL is also the most barbaric sport in America. The NFL is a sport of violence. It is a contest of trying to make one man move from one spot to another against his will. The NFL is violent. The NFL is full of tragedies and violence and people getting hurt and people getting wounded. It is a clash between two armies. It is a testosterone-filled environment with angry men who are battling each other all to win a prize at the end of the season. With all of that violence and anger and competition and challenges, they want you to remain calm. Don't talk no trash. Don't celebrate. Don't do nothing. Just act like you've been there. How in the hell is that supposed to work? Don't be confident. Don't tell another player that you're better than them. That's not right. That's not good. You should never make another player feel inferior to you. You should never make another player feel like they are not good enough to challenge you on this sport of combat. What the hell are we doing? But you want the players, after they make a good play, not to celebrate. After they make a good tackle, not to stand above another player and look down at him like, yeah, I got you, punk ass. You want them to hold all that in and just put your aggression out. And when you are victorious for one moment, don't say nothing. What the hell? I'm out here busting my ass trying to push a man 3 yards down the field, 365 pounds, lift over 500 pounds of weights, and you telling me after I move him to the spot I wanted him to move him, I can't tell him your ass suck? I'm better than you right now? Are you crazy? I'm just supposed to be like, all right, next play, let's go. No! I need to be able to say that. I should be able to say that. I should be able to get that out. When a running back run through 15 players to get to a touchdown, and these players grabbing at my ankles, trying to punch me in my nuts, trying to put my eyes out, grabbing my hair. I got my dreads hanging out the back of my jersey, and they grabbing my hair, grabbing me by my shoulder pads, pulling my pants down while I'm trying to run. And I'm supposed to get to the end zone and just hand the referee the ball and walk away? I'm not supposed to celebrate my accomplishments after I just beat this defensive back for 30 yards? And I done juked him out of his shoes, and I done outrun him, and I done ran 30 yards up the field full freaking speed, and I'm tired as hell? All I'm supposed to do is put the ball on the ground and walk back to the sideline? Are we crazy? What we doing? The NFL is a combat sport, but they don't want you to celebrate. They don't want you to tell the next man that you are better than them. They don't want you to feel like you are doing your job. They want you to just keep all that aggression pent up until you get home and see your wife and she say something stupid. Now you've been holding in all this anger. Now you knocked her upside the head. Now what? Now they don't want you to work there no more. Come on, man. What we doing as a sport? Y'all get mad because Shedeur Sanders said I'm better than some of these quarterbacks playing right now? Yeah, he can say it. Why shouldn't he be able to say that? Don't say that. Don't do that. Don't go out here and tell other players that you better than them. You're going to make them feel bad. And our owners don't like our quarterbacks or our players out there being cocky or feeling sure of themselves or feeling like they can do better than the next man. We want somebody that's humble, that's quiet, that don't say nothing, that don't do nothing, that don't get in the way, that don't push the envelope, that don't push against the grain. Only thing we need you to do is do what we tell you to do, run these plays, be quiet, show up at work, go home, shut the fuck up. You're not supposed to be able to do none of that. We don't want you to do nothing. We don't want you to seem confident. We want you to be humble. We want you to have your head down. We don't want you looking people in the eye. When you answer those reporters' questions, you got some quickly 1 or 2 words. Don't put nothing in the air. Just go on about your business. No. That's why they didn't like Deion. And Deion tell you, hey, I'm gonna come out here and score too. What y'all want to do now? They don't like Deion. Because after they built the Georgia Dome and Deion showed up in that San Francisco outfit and he said, hey, this is the house I built. This is still my house. And he ran 2 back and picked 1 off in the same game. The problem is when people hear Shedeur talking, they see his father's face. That's the problem. They don't hear, they hear Shedeur, but they see Deion. Shedeur ain't never said nothing wrong since he been coming in this game. He told y'all, if you want to change your franchise, if you want to do better, then I'm your man. If you're not trying to change your franchise, if you're not trying to change the things around you, then don't come get me. Because we've seen it. We've done it. History don't do nothing but repeat itself. We did it at Jackson State. We did it in Colorado. We coming to the NFL. And we know your team suck because you drafted me in the first round. And when I get there, we going to fix this shit. We going to get it together. And that's what he doing. He done already changed the way people feel about Cleveland in Cleveland. Something that players have been there 10, 5, 6, 7, 8 years have not done. He's doing it right now. Shedeur face card good anywhere in Ohio right now. They do little charities. They do small things. Shedeur done been there for 8 months and then done more for that city than Andrew Berry and everybody else that done been there for 6, 7 years. But y'all don't appreciate that. Y'all told him don't go over there in them projects. Because y'all wouldn't take y'all scary asses over there. Don't go over there and help them niggas out. That's what you wanted to say. You ain't got no business over there with them poor people. You a millionaire. Why were you over there with them poor people? Don't go over there. That's what y'all wanted to say. That's what they should have said. We respect you for that. knowing how you feel and knowing where you come from. But he did it anyway. But don't tell us how good you are. Because Tony Grossi said we need to see the tape. We need you to put it on film. Emmanuel Acho, I'm gonna let you have it.
On Twitter, they say I'm a hater, so I'm gonna shut up and let 2-5 speak, and I'm gonna respond.
Yo, first of all, we don't have to look at the whole entire league to see bad quarterback play. We can start with his team. I watched the Browns get a big win against the Green Bay Packers, didn't they? Boy, the offense, I'm lying. The defense looked good. Joe Flacco, I'm trying to figure out how the hell is he still playing? He must have something on the head coach. He must know some dirt. Because I watched that game, he had 142 yards, no touchdowns. We had a pick. He don't give you that pick. I watched the whole game. The defense saved them, and so did special teams. And the Packers saved them because the Packers did bad for them to do good. All I'm saying is, you don't got to look around the league to see bad quarterback play. You see bad quarterback play every single day at practice, I'm sure. Bad quarterback play every Sunday when you see Joe Flacco take the field. Bad quarterback play when you're watching the film. So we don't need to look around the league. We can stay right here in Cleveland.
There's no issue with Shedeur Sanders thinking this. There's a gigantic issue with Shedeur Sanders right now saying this. Because Shedeur Sanders, when you say this, what could be implied is what Shady McCoy just said, which is you are better than the starter. So now it could be implied that you're taking a shot at the starting quarterback.
Oh, that's inferred. It ain't implied. That's the fact. But he said nothing about his starting quarterback. He said if we take a look around the league, he used his words perfectly. He knew what he was saying when he said it. If you take a look around the league, I can play better than some of them motherfuckers out there playing right now. He ain't lied. But let me let Mr. Wannabe Facts talk.
Back. Remember what happened during the preseason game when Dylan Gabriel said, I'm about execution, other people are about entertainment. And everybody was like, oh, is that about Shedeur?
That was a shot. There wasn't no question about it. That was a shot.
Shedeur, you doing the same thing. Being a starting quarterback isn't just about talent. Of course, I believe that Shedeur Sanders is more talented than some starters in the National Football League. But you can't say it. You feel me? Like, you can't say it. You don't want to cause any other drama in the locker room, and you don't want to make it seem like you're trying to usurp the starting quarterback. Yo,
he can say it. That's the problem. Ain't enough people saying it. So when somebody says it, it seems unusual. It seems like, no, don't do that. But ain't enough people in this league saying, yes, I'm good. I'm that boy. I'm fine over here. I'm better than some of these other people out here. I need my shot. Hopefully that rubs off on some others where they start speaking their mind and telling their truth. Because if not, we're going to have people walking around with their head down, upset that they ain't getting their shot. I watched Gilbert's Arena the other day, and Gil had what's his face on talking about the time where he shot 55 and he hit 55 that night. He was still a rookie, but the veteran basketball players were saying, hey man, we know you can shoot, but it ain't your time yet. And he regrets not telling everybody else why he stopped taking so many shots a game. When he was asked, instead of not saying, my veterans and my coaches told me, hey, I need to pass the rock to these people, he just never said nothing. But that was your time. If you on fire, then you on fire. That's the way basketball works. Man with the hot hand shoot all the time. If you hitting them in practice, you've been missing them in practice, and we get in the game and you run off 10 quick. Oh, we giving you the ball back. We gonna make sure you stay in the game playing all night. But not telling people what happened and how good you were, and you didn't become that boy because you listened to other people tell you it wasn't your turn yet. You got that regret because it wasn't your turn yet. No, I'm foul here. We finna hit these shots. Y'all already veterans. Y'all got y'all money. I got to get me too. We ball players. Ball players supposed to get a ball player to the ball player, to the man with the hot hand. And if you on fire every night, we making sure you shoot. Football players supposed to be quiet. Shedeur Sanders was a star before he even entered the NFL. And just wait till he gets that first start. Let me tell y'all something. The week that we find out Shedeur Sanders is going to start, everybody that watches that game, and that game will be nationally broadcast, it will be. Everybody's going to get to see it. Only thing you're going to see is Nike commercials, Gatorade commercials, Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials, Delta commercials. Every sponsor or every person that Shedeur signs with, I promise you, they running commercials their whole entire game with his face in them, because he done shot plenty of commercials. Y'all just ain't seen them yet because he ain't played yet. On the first night he plays, the first day he plays, they gonna be like, where in the hell did he have time to shoot all them commercials? Oh, them commercials been shot. And we got them on deck. And they gonna run them up too. How many rookies got Gatorade commercials? I ain't seen Cam Ward Gatorade commercial yet. I ain't seen Jackson Dart commercial. I ain't seen nobody Nike commercials. Seen plenty of Deion Sanders Aflacs and Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials. I ain't even seen one of them little almond commercials yesterday. But let's let Acho finish.
Y'all just won a game. Y'all just beat a top 2, top 3 team in the NFC. And now you in the locker room saying, I'm better than other quarterbacks in the league. I don't even think Shedeur's wrong. I just don't know that you have to say it.
Are you telling me that Shedeur Sanders, if he's starting quarterback for the Browns when they played the Green Bay Packers, he couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? He couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? Hand the ball off, punt the ball, get a team a pick. Don't make no great plays.
But here's my question.
Because you said something though, right? And when you talk, I listen. So now I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yep.
Are you telling me when you watch Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns offense play, you tell me Shedeur couldn't do that against the Green Bay Packers? Because I'm here to tell you that the third string, the kicker could have did the same thing.
No, stop. Stop.
The brother had 140 yards.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Hell, I feel more confident with Dylan Gabriel than I do Joe Flacco right now. See, where we at in this Cleveland media thing, in this Shedeur Sanders thing, is that the media is not telling the truth. The media is sick of Joe Flacco. The players are sick of Joe Flacco. They know once they play Dylan Gabriel, we're one step closer to Shedeur. And Kevin Stefanski is going to try to hold that shit off as long as he possibly can. I mean, they're going to try to hold it off. They are reeling right now because of the situation they're in with Shedeur. And you can't be mad at Shedeur. Shedeur ain't did nothing but his job. He answered the questions that was asked, and they got mad about it. Why? Because he didn't answer him in typical NFL fashion. He told y'all he was okay with being on the practice. He's not okay with being on the practice team, but he's going to do what he has to do until his time is come. He told y'all, I'm good. I'm great. I'm learning. I'm better. I can start right now. I'm ready to go. But it's not up to me to tell me when to play. I have to wait on them. But eventually I'm going to get my shot. And when I get my shot, I ain't giving it back. See, because Shedeur don't have Jackson Dart chances. He don't have Cam Ward chances. Cam Ward can go screw up for the next 2 years. He gonna be good. Year 3, oh, we gonna watch it now. Hold on. Jackson Dart got the same ability. Next 2 years, you're all right. We know you still learning. You gotta get better. Shedeur Sanders got about 6 games. And then they're going to be like, oh, see, we tried to tell y'all he wasn't ready. We tried to tell you. He don't have the same grace. Even though Cam Ward over there stinking the joint up, he over there throwing interception after pick six after pick six. You know, it ain't looking good for Cam Ward over there either, but his coach sucked. His team sucked. His offensive line sucked. He ain't got no weapons either. But therein lies the difference with Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders told y'all, I'm good because I already got the answers to the test. I already got the answers to the test. I know what they're going to do. I know this offense. I've been running it for 2 years. I'm good with this. The language might be a little bit different, but I know what the plays look like. They're the same ones I ran at Colorado. I'm good. Just put me in, coach. That's all you got to do is give me my shot. And once you give me my shot, Lord help you all. Because once I go out there and ball, and y'all get tired of seeing them Gatorade commercials and them Nike commercials and them Deion Sanders commercials, somebody will come get me. Because y'all still want to draft a quarterback for next year. That's partly why he said what he said. You think Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel are not hearing that the Cleveland Browns got them 2 first-round picks and they ready to draft the quarterback next year? So, of course, he going to say, yeah, I'm better than what y'all got out here right now. I ain't going to let y'all just throw me away. I hear all the bull crap y'all say. I hear everything that's going on. And then when it's my turn to speak, I just drop a little nugget out there. So y'all understand, yeah, I'm right here. I'm the truth. I'm the real deal. They just need to let me show it. Shedeur wasn't broke when he came into the NFL. Just like old girl was saying, she wanted him to be the vibe king. You know, she wanted him to be Chase Daniels 2.0. A backup quarterback for 13 freaking years. And Chase Daniel was good. He was a good backup. And he got paid a lot of money to do absolutely nothing. Shedeur make a lot of money already to do absolutely nothing. He want to play football. He want to do what he been doing for a while. He got a point to prove. He got something he want to say. And he want to say it on the field. He don't want to say it with his chest. He don't want to say it in the media. He got something he want to show you. Because y'all say he just the son of Deion Sanders. And the only reason he's here is because he's Deion's boy. Not because he led the NCAA in completion percentages. Not because he played with one of the worst offensive lines in college football history and still threw for over 4,000 yards in the season. Not because he was the most sacked quarterback in the last 2 years in college football and still almost won the Big 12. Not because he had receivers that none of y'all never heard of or even knew existed and still won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award for the best quarterback in college football. Not because he took some no-name receivers from South Florida, you know, one from another small college and one from an SEC college that nobody was thinking about, and they all playing in the NFL right now. But you trying to say Dylan Gabriel better than him. Well, Dylan Gabriel came from an Oregon football team cemented with NFL linemen. 4 of them got drafted this season. His receivers didn't get drafted. One of them did. His tight ends didn't get drafted. Undrafted free agents. But the man that you say is not as good as Dylan Gabriel, who had not that good of a player as Dylan Gabriel was blessed with. All his players in the NFL. All his receivers are already in there. They playing on Sunday. But Dylan Gabriel better than Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders does a lot with less. That's why he got the Cleveland Browns. People keep saying that because he didn't want to go to Baltimore and back up Lamar, that he made a bad choice. He hold the ball too long. He don't know how to read defenses. But y'all wasn't crying when the MVP was sacked 7 times the other night. By doing what? The same thing you said Shedeur be doing. You get to say that about Shedeur because he ain't played in the NFL yet. But y'all ain't crying when Lamar gets sacked 7 times in one game. Oh, he an MVP. He athletic. He can do it. That's the same man you said you couldn't play quarterback. That he should play wide receiver. Dan Orlovsky, Danny Cannell, and others. See, but what I'm saying is, y'all telling me I'm supposed to believe the Cleveland Browns telling me that Shedeur Sanders ain't ready. The same people that said Baker Mayfield can't play. The same people that said DTR was the shit. The same people that went through 9 quarterbacks in the last 2 years. And when Dylan Gabriel started, he gonna be number that. Because you get to count Joe Flacco again, because Joe Flacco didn't play over here last year. Joe Flacco is the 10th quarterback. When Dylan Gabriel started, he'll be 11th. Yeah, you get to recount the same quarterback. He skipped a year, he wasn't here. So come back again, that's a new quarterback. Yes, he count twice. What I'm telling you is, can we trust the Cleveland Browns evaluation? No. It just came out the other day that Brian Daboll had to push the New York Giants not to draft Shedeur Sanders. Everybody else in that organization was on Shedeur. That's our man. We coming to get him. They was coming back to get him at 25 when they got Jackson Dart. But Brian Daboll pushed everybody off of Shedeur. I keep telling y'all, the Cleveland Browns moved up because the Eagles were going to draft Shedeur. The Cleveland Browns traded them 2 draft picks to get in front of the Eagles so they could get Shedeur. Because they wanted him anyway. They should have just took him when they were supposed to take him. And we wouldn't be in this predicament. And Joe Flacco wouldn't be starting. And right now we'd be seeing Shedeur run out on the field come Sunday. But can't start Dylan Gabriel. He just a 3rd round draft pick. He don't need to start 3 weeks into the season. Well, if he ain't ready, why the hell is he the backup? Because if Joe Flacco go down on Sunday, what we doing? He's supposed to be ready. So if he's ready to come in the game at any time, then he should be ready to go right now. Because I promise you, the way that Detroit defense is coming, Joe Flacco ass in trouble. The way they coming, Joe Flacco ass is in shoulder, and he know it. Joe Flacco might just be sick tomorrow. He know it. Nice girls, people don't talk about Dylan Gabriel staying in college for 6 years. I do. I talk about it all the time. I tell these folks, Dylan Gabriel wasn't good. Because if he was good, he would have been in college for 3 years, 4 years tops. But you know, all them years in college still don't make you good. He had an F for his pro football grade his junior season. His senior season, he had a D. His extra senior season, he had a D+. Last year, he had a C+. He still wasn't highly touted in this year's draft. He was projected to be a 5th round, 6th round draft pick this year. That's where everybody had him at. Had Shedeur and Cam 1 and 2. But you trying to tell me Dylan Gabriel is better than Shedeur? Nobody believes that lie. That this little guy, inch high private eye, is better than my guy. 1-2. Not possible. But I need my guy, Earl the Pearl.
The context of him being a 5th-round pick is almost tainted what people think he should say. Like, I think because he's a 5th-round pick, people are like, he shouldn't talk like that. He's a 3rd-string quarterback right now. He shouldn't. But it's like, who is it offending? Don't you want your quarterback or a guy that thinks he can be a franchise quarterback and a young quarterback on your roster to have confidence that he can be great? If it was any other quarterback, people wouldn't have a problem with it. But because it's him, they have a problem with it. And that's where I sort of draw the line.
I just feel like at this point, he's not even next man up on the depth chart. And if you're still talking about Shedeur Sanders, especially in the negative light right now, you're just doing so to get clicks. You're just doing so because whatever it is content-wise might be a little dry, which, honest to God, and here in Cleveland, is not. And if you want to take that and dissect that and run with it and think because he's a 3rd-string quarterback that he shouldn't be confident or whatever the case may be, then that's on you. I just know that from April to now, it hasn't even been that long of a tenure that he's been here, and I've already grown tired of giving things energy behind Shedeur Sanders that don't warrant energy.
I just don't know why anybody would have a problem with that at this juncture. And if Dylan Gabriel was saying those things, people would probably be talking about it in a different light because he's the next man up. And people would be saying they're ready for Dylan Gabriel because Joe Flacco's been so bad. But it's because it's Shedeur, it's because he's the 3rd string. You're right. Like, people are just trying to... They just hate on the kid to hate on the kid at this point. Do I believe he could be putting up numbers similar to some of these other guys in the league? Yeah, I do. But I also think there's context to that. And the Browns' offensive line is a mess right now. And so maybe he wouldn't succeed right away. And that's part of the reason why the Browns are doing this the way they're doing this or handling this the way they're handling this. Because they know that they don't want to set any of these quarterbacks up for failure. So, and I'd rather have Shedeur play when they feel like that's the case. So, I don't know, man. I'm with you. It has gotten kind of exhausting because it's really shouldn't be that big of a deal. And if it was anybody else, it wouldn't be.
So Joe Flacco is going to be the sacrificial lamb until you get the offensive line in order, which is going to take you about 2 to 3 years to do. You don't have no receivers. You got some running backs. Got a lot of work to do with this Cleveland team. So they're supposed to just ask their fans to hold tight. Cleveland got 11 draft picks next year. 11. I've been saying forever that their offensive line is old, tired, worn out, should have been replaced. Because they wasn't worried about the future because they was too busy trying to find that genie in a bottle. What you gonna do when Deshaun Watson come back next year? Nobody's trading for Deshaun. Nobody's getting that contract. So what you gonna do when Deshaun come back and demands to play? And you're supposed to be drafting a quarterback next year. So next year, you're going to have Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, another rookie, and Deshaun Watson. 4 more quarterbacks. We know Bailey Zappi going to get cut in about a few more weeks. So next year when the season starts, you're going to be in the same damn dilemma all over again. And really not, because Deshaun Watson is there. You owe him all that money, and he going to want to play. You going to let them $80 million sit on the sideline, or you going to put them in the game? What we doing? What we doing? Because Deshaun coming back. You can't cut him. You can't get rid of him. That's dead cap money. Deshaun is not going nowhere. I promise you that. Deshaun might be back in a few weeks talking about, hey, coach, I'm finna work out for a couple more weeks, then I'm gonna want my spot back. See, this is what I'm saying. Cleveland put themselves in this predicament. They put themselves in this dilemma. It's their fault because they didn't prepare for the future. They was too busy hunting right now. We need that quarterback right now. But who gonna protect the quarterback? Who gonna catch the balls from the quarterback? You can get you a quarterback, but you ain't got no weapons. But you know who has played with a lot of bad O-lines and a lot of not so good receivers? I think y'all got one of them quarterbacks in y'all stable. See, you keep trying to do the most, but you keep hurting your team. You got a quarterback that has played with so much less than everybody else and did so much better. Turn him loose. Because pretty soon that locker room gonna turn on you. It ain't gonna be no fun. They gonna show out. Son, they gonna show out. They gonna act up. Them veterans gonna show out. Not you, I said my son. Come here, son. Say hello to my people. Y'all, that's my son right there. That's my boy. That's my superstar. He gonna be a superstar in a minute. All right, they don't want to see your chest. Your chest is loose. Well, see, that's my big boy. That's my superstar. The reason I do what I do. So y'all better listen and learn. Because I got to get out of here. Because now it's their turn. I got to go be football dad and all the things I'm supposed to be. Because we got football stuff in a couple hours. And it's going to take me an hour to drive there. But y'all listen to your boy Snacks. I'm telling y'all. The Cleveland Browns put themselves in a situation it's going to be hard to get out of. It's going to be real hard to get out of. It's going to take a lot. But they can fix it if you start with these quarterbacks. You have to start with these quarterbacks because whatever you got to fix, you can't fix until the draft comes back around or unless you trade for a few more pieces that you can get, and you're going to get them. You're going to be able to get a few pieces, but that draft is what you're going to need. Because to build around your quarterback and be great. I keep telling y'all how Philadelphia built that team. Philadelphia built that team from the inside out. I just need linemen and defensive linemen. That's all I need. Everything in the SEC, I want it. Go get it for me. All them boys out of Georgia, all them boys from Alabama and LSU, go get them. Them big boys. We want all of them. And that's what they did. And then they got him a receiver. And then they drafted a receiver. And then they traded for a receiver. And all of a sudden, we back in the playoffs and winning Super Bowls. They didn't build it all at one time. They built it in pieces. But they was building it. The problem is the Browns are not building. They are not trying to get better. If you were, right now, you would have a solid number one receiver. Jerry Jeudy's an Alabama guy, but he ain't no solid number one. They ain't got Antonio Brown in Cleveland. Hell, they could have had Amon-Ra St. Brown, but they don't have him either. They passed on Amon-Ra and picked somebody else. But what I'm saying is Cleveland hasn't
been building for the future. They've been trying to build for right now, just this season. Every season, they trying to build for this season instead of building for the future. They've never done it. They're not doing it. The defense is solid. Defense is outstanding. But the defense has been outstanding for years. It's the offense that's the problem. But their biggest problem is we need a quarterback. And that's all they've been trying to do is get a quarterback. But what about everything else the quarterback needs to be successful? They haven't done that part. When you do that part, quarterback just fall into your lap. Bloop. He might not even be what you was looking for. But if you got enough pieces to protect the quarterback, pieces for the quarterback to throw to, you just got 2 new running backs. You kick Nick Chubb to the curb. Then you got you a solid team. But that's not how the Browns have been operating. Defense is solid. Offense look like crap, especially with Joe Flacco. You got receivers dropping balls, some running the wrong routes, some not being where they're supposed to be. It's just bad. And they need to fix it. But you got a quarterback who has been used to playing with less and inferior talent than what everybody else is putting on the field. And yet he still has found a way to win. But they keep saying this is the NFL. It don't work like that. How you know? You ain't done it. You ain't seen it done. You don't know? Go try it. No, we don't want to do nothing new. We don't want to do nothing different. See, we don't do nothing different. No, we can't do that. They ain't never been done before. Now we gonna put the 5th round pick in before we put the 3rd round pick. That look crazy. No, it don't. It look like you say, hey, he better than him. He need to go. That's what it look like. Look like people who not scared to say, oh, we screwed up. That's not our guy. That's our guy. Like people who know how to make the right decisions, who gonna stand fast and stand firm in their beliefs. Say, we doing this. This what we doing. But anyway, let me get out of here, man. I would be able to answer y'all questions. Oh, we ain't got no super chats anyway, so that's easier. But I gotta go. I gotta get ready to get these kids on the road, do my daddy thing. I gotta go be that man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like doing right there, being that guy. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all for hanging with me, doing the doggone thing. I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.